Good morning. Got my Mothman mug here. With some very hot coffee. Welcome to, what is this, issue 7 of Coffee with Ciara. It is, at the time of this recording, still November, but it will be December when you see it. I will have finished my first art show in many, many years. Festival, like street fair. Flume Street Art Market was yesterday. I cannot see the future, so I don't know how it went, but I'm assuming it went well. I'm projecting that it went really well. And I have another show coming up on the 18th, the Lunar Market, which is a new Chico market that, sorry, my cat is messing with the camera, so it's shaking a little. It's a new Chico market that takes place on the full moon every month, which is really cool. So actually, in light of that, I made a couple of paintings with nightscapes that feature a full moon. This piece, there, that's a good angle. You can see it's not too much glare. Do it like that. So this is Chimney Rock, which is in, I believe it's in New Mexico or Colorado. It's right on the border there, though. I went there a few years ago on my way on a road trip between Durango and Santa Fe. I hiked up top of it. This is actually based on a picture I took. I went during the day, but I used the silhouette. It was a sacred spot for the indigenous people. And there are certain times of year, I think, that the moon would be framed by the rocks, just like this. So I was really inspired by that. It was a gorgeous day when I went. The clouds were amazing. So I actually made this painting right after that trip. And it was like just a really basic color study and composition study. And I remembered it and I pulled it back out and I just finished it. So finished it up and then added this moon lady over the top. She's got some kind of constellation things going on. So there's one piece that I'm bringing to the lunar market. And then this little piece I did in one sitting, pretty proud of. It's a subtle piece, but it is based on a photo I took of the Grand Canyon at sunset. Obviously it's a nightscape, but I'm gonna put a figure over this. So I'm really pleased with how this little guy turned out. And I may or may not do a couple other night pieces for that show, but it's been fun to get back into clouds. I haven't done clouds in a long time, and I really love painting clouds, so especially night clouds. My cat, nobody is playing with a hair tie on the floor right under the tripod, so if it gets knocked, that's what's going on. Also, William Blake is eating his breakfast right now, so that's what that munching is. At the Lunar Market, I will also have some silver jewelry with like moons and celestial bodies and that type of thing. So more of the shrink eating stuff. In knitting news, I gotta fix that little piece. There's some yarn sticking out. These are, so I'm wearing a brioche stitch hat that I made for myself a couple of years ago, and then this is what I made for my brother and his girlfriend, same exact pattern. They are hats and they are reversible. So I made those a couple weeks ago and just finally got them blocked. So there's a couple of knitting things. And then I finished those socks. Those long ass socks. They fit me pretty well. They're a little short in the foot. So if I were to do them again, I would have moved the heel up to about here probably. But they fit, and they're super cute, and they're actually really Christmassy. So I think I'm gonna call these my Christmas socks for the year. I have a goal to make 25 pairs of Christmas socks that I only wear at Christmas time. It may take me several years, but although at some point I'm gonna get tired of having so many socks and just exclusively knit Christmas socks, and then they'll all get done. But yeah, got this pair done, which feels good. Get those off the needles. My goal with those was to use up the whole skein, which is a lot of knitting. It's like 400 yards, 400 plus yards. So between the two long socks, I was able to get that done. And then I did start another pair of socks because I can't not have socks on the needles because I need something to take with me. So I worked on these at Friendsgiving. Here's the toe. And you can't really tell, but it's a waffle pattern that I'm using. It just adds some texture. So that compared to the back, which is a smooth texture versus a waffly texture. And that will show it better when it's on my foot too. I just wanted to do something with a little bit of interest. So, and then this is a skein of yarn that I used in another project, and I had plenty left over. So it's my little sock project. And then I'm totally done with gift miss knitting. So I started another hat for myself. This is just the swatch. So it's a ribbed hat, and I'm trying to use up the rest of this yarn that I've used for other projects as well. I actually got this yarn for a Halloween sweater, and I got way too much of it. I also was lazy in that sweater and made the sleeves a little snug and short. I'm learning to be less lazy with my knitting. But anyway, I ended up with tons of extra. I had like, William Blake, hey! He's messing with the DVDs. So more clattering going on. Can't be helped. Anyway, babbling on about knitting. Yeah, I've been crafting away over here. I made a bunch of jewelry this weekend for the show that happened yesterday. Don't you love time travel? And I'm working on the candles today. I have nothing on the schedule today, which is just lovely. So I'm enjoying, oh, the whole house is decorated also. This is all you can really see from here. And I can't flip the camera, but behind you, the viewer, is a beautiful tree that reaches all the way up to the ceiling. I'll probably put a picture in the newsletter. We got the tree from a local volunteer fire department here, and it was very cheap, which was awesome, and it's very tall and beautiful, and it smells great. So pleased with all that. Got the whole house decorated. As the years have gone by, my decorations have well, partly due to lack of surfaces to put decorations on in our various apartments, and also partly due to, after 10 years, some of my decorations are outdated or falling apart, so I'm much more minimal now, but I think it still screams Christmas when you walk in the door. So I got all that decorated the day after Thanksgiving, so pretty proud of myself there. We're enjoying the season. We've got our Christmas playlist going pretty much constantly. Yeah, things have been festive and fun over here. Whatever you're celebrating, I hope you're enjoying the season too. It is the most wonderful time of the year. The thing about this time of the year, like I was talking to my mom about this the other day. It seems like when things go wrong, it stands out more. It's not that more tragedies happen in December, but I mean, statistically, unfortunately, things like suicide go up, and partly that's due to the phenomenon I'm talking about, where it really feels like you can see the stark contrast between how things are supposed to be, how things should be, and the reality of what they are, which is often those two don't match up. The world is not in shalom. The world is not as it should be. And we all know that in our gut. And I think that's what makes this time of year really hard for some people, for all of us, really, if we're paying attention. But just with that in mind, I hope that you're able to hold space for the grief and the disappointment of recognizing that things are not as they should be, but also hold space for the joy and the hygge and the cozy of the holidays. And both things can be true, and I hope that you're able to hold those things together. And with that, I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. I hope you have a great rest of your week. If you have any holiday festivities planned this week, that you enjoy them to the fullest. And I will see you next week. Bye.